What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map, in the blue color playing as Kronos. His name is Kvoth. His opponent today in the red color also playing as Kronos. His name is Nullus. It's currently game 2 of this best of 5 series for the Wisdom of Thoth Meta Place tournament. Nullus up 1-0 here as he has taken a very, very fast, or not fast win. It was a grindy win in game number 1, but moving into game number 2, things very, very different here. We actually see Nullus moving pigs forward onto this location to eat those instead of jumping onto trees, as his home villager is going to be on the trees over here, giving him his wood because there's no wood line close to this. We also see exactly the same thing coming through from Kvoth, so both players know exactly what they're supposed to be doing here. As we see the citizens popping out, doing everything they can, moving over onto his chickens. And the question is, in this matchup, on this map, do you go for a 4-minute advance time, or do you go for a 4:30 advance time? Those are the questions you've got to answer as the Kronos players here, and we'll see what these guys are going to do. Both players building 2 fishing ships, then cutting their fish. Going to be probably thinking about dropping down the mana here, as Kvoth is also dropping his own mana down at this point. Villagers moving over onto the trees over here. Now also a little bit behind as the mana does come out a little bit late, but gets it out nonetheless, as he probably could have just, I mean, you don't want to delete your oracles, but he could have. As we do see Kvoth moving in onto this position, looking to deconstruct the docks here, does manage to do so. Whereas Nullus hasn't actually sent his oracles in to do the deconstruction action here, as this citizen going to be rebuilding his dock over here. We do see Kvoth has got a little bit of, he doesn't actually have enough gold in his bank here to deny that dock. But we do see it's not a problem. Nullus going to be getting his dock back up. Has a little bit of wood in the bank to produce some more fishing ships, as he has to garrison his fish here to get himself that citizen out. And Nullus is going to be the one on the defensive side of things here, it would seem. As the temple coming down in the main base here for Kvoth as well. Both players trying to get that up as best as they possibly can. Nullus is behind a good 100 food in this early game. So we'll see how much that's going to be mattering here, as we do see Nullus now moving through. He's going to be deleting the dock. We do see the fishing ship's going to be garrisoning in there. And Kvoth is just calmly going to be putting his dock back up. He's got plenty of food in the bank. This is really not going to be slowing him down all too much. Obviously, he probably would have liked to have had just a little bit longer on the fishing ships, but Kvoth going to be able to advance here with a very fast 4:08 advance time after being also deconstructed here in this game. We'll see how things are going to go after that. He only gets himself the 3 fishing ships. He's still got this villager over on the pigs over here, so I'll see what that's for, as we do see the Oracle's going to be sitting back here defending. We've also got the Prometheus coming through for Nullus as well. Both players leaving their Oracles back at home, so they're very, very well equipped and aware of the way they need to play in this game and in this matchup. The big question is, do you get some more fishing ships out or not? As we do see, Kvoth is getting himself his extra fish. Same too for Nullus. Nullus actually gets his 4th fishing ship out first here in this one, as we see Kvoth opting for a 5th fishing ship as well. Same too for Nullus. Generally speaking, I think you opt up to 6 fishing ships here, and you just take a little bit of a more defensive approach in the early stages of the classical age here, as both players are getting their oracles in position to defend and cast their valor here. We see Nullus getting himself focus, and I don't think that Kvoth went for focus here, as he does click the valor button there. Bareem starting to come through. Bareem also coming through for Nullus. This is where the micro starts to be a big deal. I imagine, given this is top level and both players are going to be respecting each other as much as possible, I'm going to imagine we're going to be seeing some very, very defensive play from both players. Attacking your opponent in the mirror generally doesn't work too well. Usually both players have got 4 archer ships. Kvoth is just going to be sitting back, waiting, baiting in Nullus, and Nullus moves in. We do see the arrows coming through. Good micro coming through for both players. Return fire coming through for Kvoth. And in the end here, damage dealt seems to be slightly in favor of Kvoth after that initial engagement, which is why early attacks here in the mirror just are not that good. But we'll see if these players can hold their nerve or just control a portion of the map. We do see the micro coming through here, getting a couple of shots off. Nullus doesn't get any shots off there, so a little bit of an advantage from Kvoth. We'll see if either player is going to be sending their oracles around, as Kvoth does find himself a relic in this position. That's going to be a decent relic here, the Girdle of Hippolyta, as the micro comes through here from Kvoth, pulling back over here. Nullus holding very, very nicely. A couple of low HP Bareems starting to make their way onto the ocean here, as both players are trying to fight this out as best as they possibly can. But that relic is a big deal here because it's going to help out the Arcus in the late game, or in the middle game, or even in the early game if the Terma come out as well, because I believe they get hit by that relic as well. As we see 10 Bareem moving forward here, we've got 11 Bareem for Kvoth, as the micro is still coming through onto this position, trying to get as many shots off as they possibly can. Both players not yet losing a Bareem, but it's going to be very, very fast when it starts happening. As we see good micro from both players yet again. You kind of don't even want to be pulling back at this point. You just want to be focus firing as best as you can. But Kvoth is still happily trying to push in here, and Nullus is more than happily trying to just defend on this position, pulling back boats as best he can. He will get the first blood drawn there as Nullus pulls back underneath his docks. 2 Bareems down here for Kvoth, as we see these boats over here getting targeted down. Nullus tries to get in there. Good micro yet again from Kvoth. He's playing it incredibly well thus far, as Nullus has got himself the 3rd dock up here. Population advantage is a little bit in favor of Kvoth here. He's also got 1 more citizen than Nullus out here, which will also result in some advantage as well, as Kvoth moves forward, tries to get that attack off, has to pull back yet again, as now we're going to start seeing the Promethean and the Oracles moving across the map, as Kvoth is more than happy with just sitting in his base with his Oracles, playing defensively here. I think a very, very smart play is to actually build yourself some extra Oracles here in this matchup, especially if you're getting focused, to get yourself up to 6 Oracle heroes and then go raid, because you get a much, much better chance of winning those fights there. As it looks like Nullus is getting pressured here underneath his docks brutally here, as Kvoth, I'm not sure how many Bareem he's lost in this game, but it's really not that many, as Nullus gets 1 snipe, pulls back into the corner at this point. As look at this boat difference, 20 for Kvoth, and we've got 13 only for Nullus, as the deconstruction coming down onto this position over here, as Kvoth trying to push through, trying to take down as many of these Bareem as he possibly can. As you see Nullus coming through on the back here with some reinforcements over here with those other Bareem. We'll see if Kvoth can win this fight or not. 12, 11, and we got 10 for Kvoth, so still very, very equal, as the army coming through onto this position, hitting that deconstruction. We've still got plenty of Bareem here for Kvoth, as he's going to be retreating back. Kvoth has got a 12 population lead at this point, as the Oracles over here look like they are getting sniped down. Good play here from Nullus dealing with that, as Kvoth is trying to focus everything onto the middle of the mini-map here, as the Promethean Offspring going to be falling. He's going to be retreating back into his main base over here, as we see another citizen, or another, excuse me, Oracle moving in onto this position to try and help defend here. But at this point, both players hurting just a little bit after all is said and done, as we do see the Promethean going after this dock. You've got to be careful about that one, as the Bareem can easily move over here and take this out, as there he will be coming through here, and it does look like at least 1 Promethean Offspring will get taken down here. No, I'm wrong about that one, so they're going to be retreating back, as the Bareem moving forward for Nullus, as Kvoth wants to engage here again. 17 to, what is that, 18? Very, very close here, as it's basically just all down to the micro, making sure your boats are dealing as much DPS as they possibly can here. As Nullus is trying to put the pressure on, he does pull back a whole bunch of boats over here, as Kvoth going to pull back underneath his docks over onto this position here and hold on. He still has a slight advantage in terms of the villager count, as the Nullus Bareem, they really can't fight there. That's 2 docks firing arrows here. Kvoth hasn't gotten any ships into that 3rd dock there, but it doesn't really matter, as the Oracle heroes here are trying to search around, trying to get some damage done. We're starting to see some Oracles getting popped out here from Kvoth as well to Valor at this point. But it's still a very, very close game, as both players trying to fight in here. Good micro there from Nullus, but better micro from Kvoth, refocusing, not taking that bait at all here. As these Bareem are just Just having some problems. As we're going to be having to moderate the chat a little bit because it's getting out of hand. Let's just put a stop to whatever's going on there because it's distracting, and I don't want to be distracted. We're watching a game of Age of Mythology at this point. As the Bream going to be moving forward here. Still no effort to like move into a land army of any sort just yet. As Kvoth has actually fallen behind in terms of production here, ever so slightly. We'll see if Nullus is going to be allowing Kvoth to breathe here in this game at all. As Kvoth pulls back underneath the docks, going to be utilizing that dock fire here to try and hold out as best as he possibly can. Do I have Parade retreating back? It's just like, this is just classic. This is just what everybody enjoys about Mediterranean. It's just like Archer ship mini micro. This is the this is what make RTS great. Am I wrong? Both players with next to 0 resources in the bank, spending all their resources as best as they can, trying to push forward here. Still a very, very equal amount of boats, 13 to 10 at this point. It looks like, what are those? 9 of those are Nulluses, but Kvoth is still retreating back in these positions as Nullus is finding more and more of an advantage here. Kvoth still has this advantage in terms of citizen. I'm not sure where that came from, but he's sitting 1 citizen in front, so that basically means for every second that that's the case, it's going to be around about 2 to 2.5 resources advantage for Kvoth in this game, but he's just not able to really convert that into any significant advantage here, especially with the micro of Nullus just just always being on here, as we do see some units coming over onto this position. Valor not available just yet, it would seem. No, Valor is available here for Kvoth, waiting for his 3rd Oracle to come out, but doesn't have the resources to produce it just yet, as the Bream moving in onto this position, causing some problems, but we do still have those docks helping defend this. But every single time Nullus can push in there, all those fishing ships do get idled for quite some time, as we will be seeing Nullus going to be retreating back for the time being here. Villagers moving over here. Do we see any attempt at getting a town center? Not just yet. There's the next Valor coming through, as the next lot of 3 Oracles will be pushing forward, as Kvoth is going to have to get himself out of barracks and make some Murmillo here if he wants to hold on against the next kind of raid that Nullus is sending his way. As we do see, Nullus is expertly pulling Kvoth out of range of his docks here. It's a really, really nice play here, as he's trying to get good concaves in as well. Kvoth does not have as many Bareems as Nullus does right now, so he's going to be finding himself getting absolutely massacred on this water, and now Nullus needs to make the correct play to not overcommit here. He's found himself an advantage on the water. He needs to stop his boat production, which is exactly what he's doing, and drop a town center, which he's already got the citizen over here ready to do, and then start boat production again is essentially the meta, as it were, as these 6 Oracle heroes moving in onto this position, going after the Oracle heroes of Kvoth, about to snipe those down. We do see the citizen joining in on this fight, trying to get some villager kills here. He can garrison the citizen into his gold mine, no problems, as we do see Nullus attempting to push in over here and get even more of an advantage on that location there. As Kvoth, look at all the wood in the bank here. He needs to pull some villagers off of wood over onto gold, spend some wood on something else. I mean, he might be just thinking about going for farms here when all is said and done. As the Oracle does end up getting taken out, or the Oracle raid does end up getting taken out without doing really all too much damage. All the citizens still are alive, but there's a town center coming up, and Nullus is still doing completely fine on the water. It's still very, very close on this water. Microing still to the best of his ability, both players are, but can you hold on here after this town center comes up and this game slowly starts slipping out of Kvoth's grasp? The other thing to be really aware of is where's the gold mines on the top side of the map here. There's really not many, so these villagers over here don't have an easy secondary resource to swap over to, and Kvoth really doesn't need that much more wood in this game. He needs gold, and gold alone, as we are still seeing more Bareems coming out. I thought he would have seen a bit of a cut to the Bareem production here as Nullus continues to push in. That town center is about to pop here for Nullus, as well as he is converting this economic advantage that he shouldn't have but does have in this game incredibly nicely here. As Kvoth swinging around here, going to be looking to put some pressure onto something as well. Kvoth finding a citizen movement into the top corner of the map. We'll see what he's going to be going for. To me, it looks like there is a world where just if instead of continuing to build Bareems here, Kvoth kind of went for an all-in on the land to try and push off of this location. He'd be in a really good position. But we do see Nullus taking this opportunity to just throw down 4 military buildings and start his Mermillo production, utilizing his Bareems to take out Kvoth's docks over here as well. Kvoth does have plenty of Bareems remaining over here. He's about to have 15 in those out of those docks, and there's only 13 or not even 13, just... well, 13 Bareems almost going down as we do see the dock about to fall, but that's not that big of a deal. Kvoth can always rebuild that as the Bareems pop out, and Nullus is on the back foot yet again. We'll see if Kvoth is able to drop a town center over here anytime soon, or if he's going to go for this town center here. The wall is up over here to try and defend this large gold mine, but I imagine this is going to be a tough time for Kvoth to get himself his 3rd town center. This town center here is really the winning movement that Nullus can do here. He can move his Mermillo in, sit on this town center, send a citizen forward to get himself that town center fairly soon, and have a really, really good time here. Do we have an armory up? Yes, we do. So it's going to be a heroic age to come through for Kvoth. What's he going to do with it, though, is the big question. There are no town centers in range of water, so this early kind of mythic age potential play that Kvoth might want to do here is just not going to work out all too well, as the citizen over here making their way up to the top side of the map. Not sure exactly where they're going as the hero oracles coming through here. We do see this citizen going to be going after this town center when all is said and done. Need to start making some actual military units on land, as Nullus is just distracting beautifully here. He doesn't need to hold his fishing ships anymore. He's got plenty of citizen, 23 citizen here, 3 town centers, and basically he's fully automized his automated his economy here. He doesn't have to worry about it anymore. He's going to be getting tons of resources to come through. He just needs to get himself economic upgrades in this game, as Kvoth is yet again trying to sneak through with this citizen. We do see Nullus's Oracle Scout over here. In the meantime, we see some more units coming through onto this position to grab this gold mine. Kvoth does hit the heroic age through Hyperion, and the big question is, as we see Chaos getting dropped over here, is this going to be a market option here from Kvoth? And is he going to go straight to the Mythic Age here? I assume he goes through Helios to make a bunch of those, what are they called? You know what they're called, Heka Gigantes. But he's making State Tier here, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Probably saving his favor would work much, much better. I mean, alternatively here, you can see he's actually technically gaining favor by having this State Tier on 99%, but neither here nor there. The big problem is that these Bareems kind of need to die, and Kvoth needs population to utilize his Helios in this game, as Nullus, he's got plenty of gold in the bank. He's getting himself Heart of the Titans as well here, as the military building's coming down on this position over here for Nullus, as Nullus is going to be going for a gold staff of some variety. Temple coming down on this position to try and pressure this as well. Lots of villagers moving over onto this gold mine. As do we see any sort of units moving up onto that position there to help out, as the Satyr looks like it will be getting almost sniped down on this position. Does go down there. Not producing that other Satyr after all is said and done, as Bareem do manage to win out on the water ever so slightly, as we do see a palace getting dropped down on this position here by Kvoth to try and hold on, as Helios is 70% of the way through. There is no real initial advantage to Helios, however, so we'll have to wait and see exactly what's going to be happening here, as the Temple going to be getting taken down on this position. The Town Center going to be holding on ever so slightly. This Town Center still not coming up for Kvoth. He can't afford that here just yet in this game, as the Oracle going to be getting taken out over here. We do see some destroyers getting made, but Kvoth needs a house at this point. He's lost a house. He will be getting himself the Heka Gigantes here, and we'll see, will he delete this Satyr and just make a whole bunch of Heka Gigantes here? Is that the plan all along or not? As the military barracks does get taken down over here from Kvoth. Kvoth is now about to find himself at a bit of a timer. He's only got about a minute remaining here on the center of the he's basically got a minute remaining as Nullus is going to be going up through Hyperion here. You have to be guessing. He might also think that going through Rhea here isn't a bad idea because he can steal away the Gigantes, as we do see Kvoth now pushing through. These Terma are relatively useless. These Barim are also relatively useless. They are really slowing Kvoth down as the army now trying to push in, trying to take down this town center. We see the town center getting dropped up over here by 5 Citizen as well. As the army of Kvoth trying to push through here. Nullus is sitting at 28 villagers right now as the Barim moving through. We've also got this Man of War. Don't see this very often as it's actually it's kind of a pretty awful unit. 6.6 speed, but 25 damage per shot. Not per second, per shot. As the Gigantes coming through here, going to try and take down those Terma heroes as best as they possibly can. The Milo heroes coming through here to get some good damage done. You got to snipe that down. We do see Masons coming through as well. As with all those Gigantes down, we will be able to see some sort of an attack moving through. But will it be in time? Answer is no, it will not. As the Chaos can get dropped down on this position, hit every single one of those units. It doesn't hit any of the Gigantes though. As the Gigantes moving now onto the town center to take this one out. This town center is now up for Kvoth. He's trying to find himself in an equalized position. As all the Gigantes are now out for Kvoth. He's going to be taking this town center down, but will he get it down in time or not? Villagers coming through onto this position as well. We're seeing more of a pressure onto this position over here as Kvoth is desperately trying to get units out. He's sitting at 98 of 130 population. He picks the town center off. The villagers just happily going to rebuild that one here as the other Gigantes will be falling here as well. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to just delete the Gigantes to allow those destroyers to just sit in this location here and just allow them to do whatever they want to do there, as the army of Nullus is unrelenting here on this position, stopping the gold gathering from Kvoth as well. Nullus also getting himself irrigation, fortified town centers as well to boot. As there's so much useless population here on the water. We see a siege Barim as well has been produced by Kvoth, but it's not going to be that much of a help here in this game at all. Kvoth is making it work thus far. He's moving now over onto this position, gets his extra Gigantes through here. That is a four-man vortex, but he will be able to kill off the town center when all things are said and done. But a four-man vortex is all that was. As he kills the town center off, will he be able to move forward and actually drop something over here or not is the big question. He's got one more vortex remaining potentially to move over and take out this location. Wouldn't go astray, but now we've got fortified town centers in for Nullus. We do see the Gigantes retreating back. Kvoth's got no real favor remaining in this game. As the army going to be moving forward here for Nullus to again try and take out this hometown center. I mean, it might be a little bit overkill. He's sitting at 144 of 160 population here at this point. But he's defending everything very, very nicely. These Ford military buildings are going to get cleaned up really, really quickly here by the Gigantes, which is going to be a big, big help. As now we see some fanatics coming through for Kvoth. He's starting to get an army together as we see a Ford palace getting dropped by Nullus. Nullus has also got his Mythic Age to come as well. So we'll have to wait and see how that's going to go. As another... something getting dropped here? Deconstruction? No, I'm not sure what got dropped, but a god power of some variety got used. As the big question is where to next with the next vortex for Kvoth, as he does decide to move in onto this position. We've got one chaos remaining here in this game, and I think Kvoth is holding on to it here. He's going to be going after this town center to tear this down and then hold on over here. But while this is going on, Kvoth loses his home temple on this position, and the Murmillo are going to be going after the main town center of Kvoth, as Kvoth is not going to be able to hold on to that one for very much longer. We will be seeing this fortified town center going down. Meanwhile, Citizen up on this top position here for Nullus to rebuild that one over here as well. As Kvoth's main town center goes down, Nullus in a really good position. We do see the Chaos getting dropped, but hits mainly just, or he only hits the Arcus there, not hitting any of those Murmillos. A big hindrance here as well, as we do see the Arcus trying to push in to take down the Citizen. The Gigantes going in to take out this palace over here as well, as the villagers move onto the town center to try and repair that one up. Villagers over here going to start getting taken down. Is Kvoth going to go for some cheeky little garrison micro, as Gigantes and a Fanatic moving over here, going to pick off this Citizen, bashing the Citizen away, as we do see it getting tried to get taken down over here. 3.63 speed from that Heka Gigante. Actually able to chase that down and pick that one off if it wasn't getting body blocked so badly here, as it looks like Kvoth is somehow, some way making this a very, very close game, but Atlas is now on the way for Nullus. He's going to be able to drop an implode here to finish this off. He's also got a destroyer, which could potentially finish this off as well, and 7 Citizen currently idled by a handful of units over here, as Kvoth needs to get those back to work. We do see this town center coming up over here as well, as some Hero Murmillo coming through to try and take out the Heka Gigantes. Kvoth can actually use the special ability to bash those Murmillo away from it as it does retreat, but he mustn't be wanting to do that, as he's just allowing the Fanatics to kind of chase this one down. And there he goes with that special ability to try and kill this off. We'll see if he can somehow deal with this, as the Arcus is getting some good damage done as the army retreats back. He does manage to keep his Heka Gigante alive against those hero units fairly easily here, as fortified town centers coming through. That will come through in time, as the Fanatics are going to be holding over here, but Nullus has got himself implode coming. He's getting this town center up. It's very, very close. There's not really any opportunity here for Kvoth to stop this unless he builds a transport ship and moves one of his Heka Gigantes over there, as he gets another one through, sitting at 118 or 130 population. Lots of resources in the bank right now for Kvoth, actually. So we'll see how things are going to go. A couple of Citizen getting taken down. Nullus is starting a trade route. He has his market in a little bit of a Matrius location over here. Bit of a Matrius market, but not bad for Kronos. You can always time shift that to a better position later. And as the Mythic Age comes through here from Nullus, Kvoth taps out and says, GG, lol. Tried to make the early Helios work here, but just couldn't quite do it. Maybe if I had pickaxe, he has no upgrades at all in this game. But the early Helios here was a great idea. I just think that had Kvoth played just a little bit less aggressive on water and taken the small advantages that he was getting and then converted that into a town center, he would have actually been able to do this off of 2 town centers without losing the water, and it would have been even more brutal, as opposed to the Nullus kind of 4 town center grab shenanigans that he did here. And Nullus almost threw this one with that greedy 4th town center grab before it even teched up, but he manages to hold on here. Kvoth goes down 0 games to 2, as Nullus cleans up a second victory here. GG, well played by Nullus. If you guys are enjoying this series, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.